friends tonight. Halo, halo, halo. Diva. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Oh, my goodness. We are live. Let me see if I can get some people in here. Can I get some people in the house? Listen, we had some difficulties. I'm live now. We had some difficulties. But yeah, we're ready to get this thing done. You all see what the topic is. We're going to get this thing done now. Divas Live, UNA, Halo. You know what? Today I got to give a shout out to my sister Ashe. Happy birthday to you. All right. So we are live in this thing. We're about to do this thing talking about the history of the economy. All right. The history of this economy. Now, if you all have any questions, please let me know. Put them in the box so we can go ahead and get them. If y'all have any questions. What we're talking about today is paying the bills. Paying the bills. You know, everybody's worried about, the bills. And, I got to get an extension because I saw this post about this woman talking about how, they're giving your creditors are giving you an extension on your bills. Well, we're going to go into some things. We're going to help you understand who the true creditors are. All right. So now under this, we're talking about the birth certificate. We got to talk about the birth certificate. We can't do this without talking about the birth certificate. We're going to talk about how there are no bills. There are no bills. I'm singing that because there are no bills. All right. Which God are you serving? All right. So we're going to get into some higher laws today. We're going to get into, specifically what's going on with these bills. This is, as I said, part one. You guys are going to listen. You have to pay attention. All right. You've got to pay attention. I'm doing this in two parts. Now, I got to say this. I am honored that you all are giving me the opportunity to give you this information. I'm honored. And I want to say this because this is just a lower level. All right. And I know they say you got to meet people where they are, and everybody's stressed out about their bills and how they're going to pay this and how they're going to pay that. So I want to give you some insight on that. I need to give you some insight on what's going on. Today, we're going to deal with how to take care of these bills, all right, these so-called bills and what they really are. We're going to deal with that, or basically I got to go into the history, and you've got to pay attention, because if you don't pay attention, you're not going to be able to get this. If you don't pay attention, if y'all think, just pay the bills, give me the what I need to do, what I need to sign, you got to pay attention, all right? So if you don't pay here, well, I'm just giving you the information. If you don't pay here, you're going to pay out your butt later. And I mean it. And I mean it. This ain't no joke what we in right now. So you got to pay attention. All those times when, some of you all are seeing me for the first time. And thank you for giving me this opportunity once again. But all of those times when myself and other people were trying to tell you about this stuff and you're looking at them like they're crazy, or maybe you didn't even understand. This is that time. You got to sit down and you got to wrap your mind around what's going on. You have to pay attention. If you don't pay now, you're going to pay. All right, so we're going to get into it. All right, history of bills. Halo, Diva. All right, Angel. Hey, I'm so glad you're here. All right, so we're talking about, once again, the history of this economy. We're talking about the birth certificate. There are no bills, and which God are you serving? This is important. So y'all got to get this history, because the second part is where I actually go into the details. If you're not here by the end of this session, if you're not watching, then, you're not going to get it. Okay. And I'm going to make sure you don't get it. All right. Because, this is for, you got to pay. All right. I can't say that enough, because nothing is free. And I'm going to get into that later on in this session. All right, let's do this. All right. So I'm going to start off with the birth certificate. I remember I was in the car with my mother, and she asked me, because my mother, She doesn't wrap her mind around this stuff, but she knows I know. And I remember she asked me, she's like, okay, I'm going to ask you this question. And I know you know, so tell me what the deal is. She says, how does the money get into the banks? She said, how does the money get into the banks? And that was a beautiful question. And it's y'all need to listen to this because there's a lot to this. Now, I'm going to start off with this birth certificate, all right? And help you to understand what this is and how it came into play and why. Now, before I go there, one of the things y'all need to understand is that the United States Corporation is not a government. All right, there's the United States of America, and y'all got to listen to this. If y'all ain't getting it, I don't even want you to know about what I'm going to talk about, because you don't deserve it. And I mean that. And I know that might sound harsh, but if you really want this, pay attention, take notes. If you got a notebook, pen and paper, computer, I don't care what it is, pay attention and take notes. All right, so there's the United States of America, which was founded in 1777. And then there's the United States Corporation, which is just in the Washington, D.C. What we know as Washington, D.C., which, I heard say this, y'all write it down. Washington, D.C. is not even a part of the United States of America. It's a foreign country. We'll get into that some other time. But in Washington, D.C., in what is it, 1871. All right, 1871, you've got this United States Corporation, which is a fraudulent corporation created by Britain, and it was created in Washington, D.C. only. So if you are in Washington, D.C., then you are the one who is really under those laws. But anybody outside of Washington, D.C., you're not subject to the United States Corporation laws. But you don't know that. You've been made to think that you are subject to those laws. Okay, and okay, so let's go on with this. Now, this United States Corporation got into a lot of debt. All right, it's just a corporation, but it got into a lot of debt. And when it got into debt, it needed somebody to pay those bills. All right, so now it was bankrupt in 1933. 1933. I want y'all to look up this House Joint Resolution, HR resolution. It was in what is it? 1933. House Joint Resolution Act, 1933. Look it up, because what it deals with is that this corporation is bankrupt. It doesn't have any money. And so what they had to do was go on this situation where there is no money, and that everything is already paid for. That's what we're talking about. All right. And I'm going to tell you how it's paid for. I'm not going to go too deep, but for those of you all who know this stuff, good. Y'all sit and listen to it. And for those of you who don't, y'all take notes and, do a little bit of research. I just need to give you the basics of where we are on this history. And then my next session is going to go into exactly how to affect this. All right. But you got to know this history. All right. So in this House Joint Resolution, they declared that there is no money. There is no money. So these Federal Reserve, because what happened is we were on a gold standard. All right. Where money was backed by gold. I'm going to go into that later too. All right. So money was supposedly backed by gold, but since all of the gold and the silver had been stolen, there is no money. They had taken all of the money from the people. They had told them to turn in all of their gold, turn in all of, whatever silver they had. Just like we just had a gold rush recently where you see all these We Buy Gold ads and all of that. That was a gold rush. And y'all crazily ran out and sold your gold because you didn't know no better. Well, that's what they did. And so all of the gold had been removed. Thank you, House Joint Resolution Act. Yes, look that up, 1933. Thank you, UNA. And so, okay, in understanding this, there is no money. What you have to understand is that everything had been paid for you. Excuse me. Everything had been paid for you. And so because of that, we had no idea. We had been tricked. All right, so let's go on to this Social Security thing and what happened with that. With the Social Security deal, they had to find a way to pay to make you think. First of all, let's talk about the Social Security birth certificate and the Social Security card. There was an account that was created, and by your mother. Now in the beginning, it was, everybody knew that they had an account. In the beginning, everybody knew that they had an account. But because of our ignorance of law and ignorance of what was going on, we didn't know to, we forgot about this account that was created for us. All right, so now here's what happens now. All this stuff they're still doing some legal stuff, because if they weren't, then here's the thing. By now they would have devoured us. They would have devoured us by now if there weren't some laws that they were working with. And they still do play by some rules. We just don't know what the rules are. And so I'm getting ready to try to give you the rules so you can understand what the game is. And then you can deal with these bills the way you need to. All right. And you're gonna have options. You can deal with it under their system, or you can deal with it the way it was supposed to be dealt with from the beginning. All right. So now, with this whole deal, the United States Corporation is over here, and they have usurped the authority from the true United States of America. Now, this is a corporation, and they need you to consent to being under their corporation, like you have done. When you say I'm a United States citizen, you have consented to being under their corporation. Now, listen up close. All right, listen up close. When we're talking about the birth certificate, the Social Security card, this account that we're talking about, all of that is where your mother, she consents when she signs the birth certificate, and they go and register this under this fictitious corporation, United States Corporation. Now understand that when your mother signs the birth certificate, she's giving over many things. First of all, when she signs that birth certificate, she's creating a bond. That bond is worth money. All right. From what we were understanding last time, it was close to $1 million is what it's worth when she signs it. When she signs that, she also gives consent for them to use her creative property. Now, her creative property that is your name. Your name is her property. So she gave consent for them to use that creative property to create an all capital letter name. An all capital letter name. All right. In that all capital letter name is an account that they take that birth certificate. They get a loan from this IMF, International Money Fund, and that loan goes into this what we call the United States Corporation, which is just a big you could call it a credit union, because that's what it is. So your mother gives them funds, and those funds are under the account denoted by your Social Security number and your all capital letter name. Understand this. This, as I said, is not even you over here. This is not you. This is a dead fictitious corporation that your mother created. Your mother is the executor. Your mother is the creator of that account. Don't let no damn body tell you it ain't your account for many reasons. Number one, she is the one who signed on that birth certificate. Number two, all of those credits come from her. Number three, that all capital letter name is her property. That's her creative property that she gave to you. Number four, this account is yours. You the one who's been signing on it the whole time. Whenever you are getting any kind of loans or all of this for your car, credit cards, you are signing over power of attorney so that they can do what? Go into this account. They're going to go into this account and they're going to manipulate that account because of your signature. It can't belong to nobody but you or your mother. You are the beneficiary. Your mother is the executor and the creator. Your mother is the creator. That's your account. She gave it to you. Okay. So now you got this account sitting over here. And everything has been paid for, because remember, when your mother signed that birth certificate, what she created is she had paid for everything. That birth certificate pays for everything. So any corporation under the United States, they really owe you. They're using your physical energy. Remember when I told you you're the money? You're the money. Y'all get this. You are the money. It ain't gold. It ain't silver. It ain't a TDA account. It ain't nothing. You are the money. So when your mother has given this birth certificate and they've taken it and gotten a loan, it has paid for everything that you could possibly ever need. You got an account with this because the United States Corporation is a corporation and you're a part owner because your mother made you a part owner. But they told you with that account, they've made you the dead fictitious entity, and you're talking like it. You don't know that you are really the sovereign and the owner. You are a part owner of the United States Corporation. All right, so I'm trying to hip you to this so you can understand some things. Your mother already paid for you. And there is a federal government, and I'm telling you right now, the spirits are just speaking to me, so forgive me if I pause. But the federal government has made a covenant. All right, federal means covenant. So listen, we've been made to fear the federal government. We've been made to fear the Internal Revenue Service. We've been made to fear all these, the sheriff. Those people, they working for us when we know who we are. But because you still think you're a citizen and a dead fictitious entity over here, then you get treated like that. But when you learn to stand up and walk like the God that you are, then all these bills, you don't have bills. You're not in your mindset thinking you got to pay for something because your mother already paid for it. All right, let's understand how this works. So you've got this federal government that I was speaking about. All right, the federal government made a covenant with God. So what am I saying? When we're talking about federal, again, that means a covenant. And they have paid for everything. And I mean everything. So when you are talking about going in to buy groceries, buy a car, buy your house, it's been paid for. Even gas, light, water, they have already been paid for. Because we don't know the rules, we have been paying out your butt because of your ignorance. That's why I said you have to pay attention. If you're tired of paying out your butt, you gotta pay attention. Watch this now. Have y'all noticed when you go to the grocery store, or even with these fast food places, you notice how you go in there and they're like, take your receipt. Take your receipt. Don't forget your receipt. Here's your receipt. Hey, you forgot your receipt. They damn near chasing you out the door. Y'all notice when you go to McDonald's and you go to a Wendy's or someplace and they tell you, hey, if you don't get your receipt, please let me know. Or let us know and we're going to give you a free meal. Y'all ever notice that? Why it's just a receipt. Okay, what y'all need to understand is if these places don't give you a receipt, it's considered fraud, a fraudulent transaction. Did y'all write that down? If they don't give you a receipt, it's considered a fraudulent transaction. It doesn't matter what corporation you're dealing with in this situation. If they don't give you a receipt, it's a fraudulent transaction. Well, why the hell is McDonald's of all places worried about fraud? Who they scared of? This McDonald's. This the largest corporation on the planet. Why they scared of anything? Why they scared of you not getting your receipt? Why are they scared of somebody thinking it's fraud? Well, let's talk about it. Because y'all have to understand that everything, as I said, is paid for. When they give you that receipt, that is really money. Y'all didn't hear me, did you? I'm going to say it again. When they give you that receipt, it is really money. The deal is, they know you ain't supposed to be paying for everything. They know that you're not supposed to be paying for anything. But what they do, they got to play the game. So what they're going to do is give you a receipt so that you can have the opportunity to get your money back from the Internal Revenue Service. Understand this. There's a difference between the IRS, which is another fraudulent, you know how they say this U.S. and the United States of America. U.S., they always got acronyms. U.S. And so when you're talking about the IRS, that's just a company that's fictitious and fraudulent, just like the United States Corporation that's taken usurped authority from the true federal government. Well, the federal government is the Internal Revenue Service. All right? And the Internal Revenue Service, this is who you go to, not these people. These people over here, see, you going to get a bill from IRS. That ain't the true Internal Revenue Service. Internal Revenue Service is over here. They paying for everything for you. But you ain't going to them. You keep going over here to the fictitious. What God you serving? All right, I'm going to get into that later. You going over here to the fictitious people. All right? And so what happens is, because you're not paying attention and you don't know, when they give you this receipt, you don't know to take it over here to the IRS and get every penny of your money back from these people. You don't know to do that. Every receipt is a check. Every receipt is a check. Every receipt is a check. All right? Let's see how this works. So what happens is, they know they've got to give you the opportunity to get your money back. So they got to give you a receipt. Otherwise, it's considered a fraudulent transaction. Understand this. The fact that they're doing that lets you know that they are fearing somebody. All right? And so now you're seeing why they fear. This is part of it. Because if they haven't given you those receipts, they're going down hard. All right. So what happens is, they give you a receipt, and then you don't go turn it in. And they like, well, we gave them the receipt. If they didn't know to turn it in, it's not our fault that they didn't turn it in. They ignorant. If we gave them the chance to go and give it back to you. You understand? And you never turn it in because you don't know the laws. Or then somebody was trying to tell you this and you didn't believe that it was already paid for. All right. So now what happens? All right, we're trying to get this understanding of this whole game and how we have been suckered into paying for these bills when everything has been paid for by your mother, and the federal government is over here paying for everything, and you don't know to send the receipt back. All right, let me get into some other things, and I'm going to tell you what else is going on with the receipt. When we look in and we start doing our research, we start understanding, again, anything that the federal government funds, and I mean anything, you ain't supposed to be paying for it. So that includes when you go to the post office and you sending your mail off. Listen, I need y'all to understand this. Again, there's the United States Post Office. All right? And then there's the United States Postal Service. Listen up and take notes. Write it down. Write it down. Y'all ready? All right. The United States Post Office, that is the federal government part of it. This is why that ain't shut down yet. That's going to stay up. United States Post Office, that's going to stay up. All right? United States Postal Service is a private contractor for the United States Post Office. When you go in there, you are not even supposed to be paying for your mail, because the United States Post Office doesn't pay for it. All right? That's just part of it. All these water, gas, lights, we could pull down contracts off the SSA government site, and we can find out all of these corporations, they're funded and already paid for by the federal government. You're not supposed to be paying for it at all. So y'all got to understand, there's already contracts underlying all of this mess. And because you're ignorant, You haven't known to go and say, hey, here's my receipt. I'm gonna accept it. We're gonna talk about that. All right. So water, gas, and light. Did I just tell y'all 3 bills that you're not supposed to be paying? All right. Let me continue. Because when you go into a mortgage, when you go into a mortgage situation, what you got to understand is that when you are in there signing all these papers, you're creating bonds, and you're signing over power of attorney so that they can go and manipulate this account that's over here under the United States Corporation. They're going to manipulate this account. All right? And you don't even understand that everything's already paid. Let's talk about these when you're going out, when you're getting these loans and things and you're signing over power of attorney. When you're doing that, all they're going to do when you sign, okay, y'all know that list where they go, this is how much the house costs, this is how much the land costs, this is how much the contract is going to be, this is how much the insurance, all this stuff right here. And then they get to the bottom line and it's got $200,000. That right there, that whole list, that is an instrument. And as soon as you sign it, say that $200,000, soon as you sign that, you've just created an instrument. The money is in your signature. Soon as I told you, you're the money. And then when you sign on something, you just created $200,000 just right there with that signature, that long list. They don't tell you that. No, because what they're going to do when you sign on that line, you're going to get up and walk away. And they're going to be like, oh, well, look at this. They left a gift for me. So they're going to take that and they're going to accept it. They're going to accept this gift, this money that you just left on the table, and they're going to give it to the bank. That was the money right there. They didn't loan you anything, but they're going to tell you, hey, we just loaned you $200,000. We just loaned you $200,000, and we want you to pay it back with interest. They didn't loan you anything. Well, they're going to tell you that they did. And this is the game, but they're going to go and manipulate that account, because what they're going to do, that $200,000 that you just signed, they're going to go and take it out of that account that your mother created for you. She done paid for everything. They're going to get their money. And then they're going to get some extra money because you're going to pay out your butt because you didn't want to know this stuff. All right? Understand this game. So that long list, and when you sign it, that creates money. Okay, the same thing when you go into the grocery store and you get this long list of, bananas and potato chips and, eggs and all this other milk. And then at the bottom it say $230. That, when you put your signature on that, it becomes money. We got all kind of UCC codes that show this. We have all kind of UCC codes that show this. And what's going on within this this dimension, or this, let me say, this matrix. But because we didn't know about it, we continue to pay these bills, which are really not bills. They are supposed to be giving us our money back. So when you go out and pay for this $230 for your groceries, you're supposed to send that over here to the Internal Revenue Service. These are your friends. They're supposed to be working for you, but because you standing over here acting like a dead fictitious entity, they can't do nothing for you. You can't help somebody until they ask. And I know you're saying, well, we didn't know to ask. Okay, but this information has been out there. Y'all know this damn system don't feel right. But y'all keep doing it. You keep doing it. At what point do we step back and say, I don't like this? Well, this is that point where you got to step back. All right. So, again, they can't help you unless you ask for the help. But they've been there for the whole time, paying for everything. And we didn't know. We didn't know to ask, but I'm telling you now. And, I'm sorry it's late, but, I have to tell you now. All right. But I've been trying to say it, but, a lot of people haven't gotten it. All right. So it's time. Okay. So that's it. We got an understanding. all of these are bills. All right, all of these are bills that were already paid for us, and now we're going to understand how to take care of it. All right, but I'm just doing the history today. Y'all gonna pay. You gonna pay, and we're gonna talk about that. Now, let's see. All right, so now, with the understanding that everything is just an instrument for you to use to get your money returned to you, there's another side of this. Y'all have to understand that when you're wanting to affect these things, when you're wanting to affect this, it has a lot to do with your spiritual energy as well. What's going on in your spirit? Because we get a lot of people who will use these processes and they don't work for them. Why? Because of the energies that they're putting out. I got to tell y'all something. When I say pay, I'm not talking about just Federal Reserve notes. I'm talking about you're going to have to put out a certain energy. Now, y'all got to understand all of this. It doesn't matter lower level laws, high level laws. Everything comes under the universe. Everything. And it's all about your spiritual energies when you're trying to affect these lower laws. And all of this is just lower laws. And so if you are trying to, look, let me tell y'all something. All of this that I'm telling you about, these are just gifts. The universe has given me the opportunity to give them to you. And I thank y'all so much. But you can't receive them if you haven't put out the right energy. You can't. And this is why. Maybe this is why everybody, when I'm trying to tell everybody, my family, my friends, my mom and them, my cousin and them, my sister and them, my auntie and them, nobody was listening. Because they hadn't put out the right energies. So let me help y'all understand something, because this is important. I know y'all, Diva, we just want to get to where we sign. Y'all better pay attention, because a lot of people try to use these processes and they don't work because they haven't put out the right energy. Now I'm going into the spiritual side and the universal side. Your currency resides with the universe, with the mother. What kind of energies are you putting back out into the universe? All right. So what I'm saying is, a lot of us put out negative energies. We're angry, we're hateful, we're frustrated, and we have to change our energies. We have to change our mindset, because that plays a large role in whether you can receive this information or not. Watch this now, because when I'm talking about the universe, and I'm talking about universal currency, I'm talking about the energy that you're giving her. And y'all got to pay attention to this, because I know y'all, this is a side y'all don't get. I start talking about TDA accounts. Y'all, see how many people I got in here? Look at all them people in here. Look at all them people. Where was y'all when I was talking about the universal stuff? What? Okay, y'all better pay attention. Because you ain't going to be able to get it if you don't. All right, so listen to what I'm saying. When we're talking about universal energies, whatever you put in, that's what you can receive. If you don't put anything in, you ain't getting nothing. All right, going back to these lower banks. If you go and you don't put but $10 in, then how the hell you think you're going to write a check for $500 talking about, yeah, can I get $500? No, you can't. You didn't put but 10 in. If you want $500 out, put some more in, so I can, give you some dividends. Y'all ain't putting nothing in. Y'all negative. Y'all not understanding. When you go and pay your bills and you all angry at the light company, I don't blame you, but you better change your energy. You got to change your energies about this. When you are paying and when you're giving to people, as a matter of fact, if you ain't giving to people, I suggest you do more giving, because that's enhancing your universal energy and your universal currency. This is important, y'all. This is why we in this situation. We haven't been, y'all just think, oh, it's just because, the man trying to hold us down. These people, these beings here that's putting all this energy out, they just a manifestation to give us what we're supposed to have. Seriously. They just giving you the energy that is supposed to be returned to you. Because those of us who are putting out a different energy, we're getting something way different from the universe. I'm telling you, y'all thinking it's just, they just hating on y'all. You getting something different because of your mindset. You got to change this thing here. All of this has to do with that. All right, but I'm going to get to it. Y'all better pay attention. I'm going to keep saying pay attention because some of y'all still ain't paying attention. Anyway, but you're going to pay one way or the other. I promise you. All right. So here we go. I say this to say we have to change our mindset because we're getting energies that we're putting out. You having to pay these bills because you weren't ready to hear that you got to change your mind. And it is that simple. Change your mind and all of this is going to be paid. Change your mind and all of this is going to be paid. I'm going to show you the technical side of it. I'm going to show you the technical side, but you better get the spiritual side or nothing on this lower level is going to work for you. You didn't get it. You didn't get it before now because you weren't supposed to have it. One of the things that I realize is all of this that I'm trying to give to you and that I'm wanting, I've helped people pay their house notes and their bills and their car notes and all of this other stuff and, get their children back and all this. I've helped them do that, but you can't receive that gift. Those are gifts until you put the right energy out. I mean, like I said, on a regular level, let's say you got somebody and you want to give them a car, but they the meanest, nastiest, cruelest MF on the planet. But you want to do something nice for them. And, I just want to show them love. And, okay, give them the car. But if they are not deserving of it, the universe will take it away from them. Guaranteed. You can't give people a gift that the universe doesn't have for them. And what the universe has for you, can't nobody take it away. All right? So we got to get this about that spiritual side. Because everything that I'm telling you about is a gift from the universe. I can't give it to you unless she allows for you to have it. That's just the whole game. And so if you want to deserve it, you got to change your mind and you got to change your spiritual energies. That's why you weren't getting it up to now, because you're serving the wrong God. You're serving the wrong God. All right. You got to show yourself worthy. Thank you, UNA. All right. Where else do I need to go? So when I'm saying to you, little things like showing gratitude. One of the things that I, again, before I left North America, I was dealing with these light company and gas company, and I couldn't stand them. I couldn't stand them, and I go in. And I'd be angry every time. I just really, Georgia Power, I wanted to slap. I just wanted to go in there and just pop, 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 pop. Really? I'm sorry. Okay, anyway. But listen, I had to just, when I left the country and I started realizing that all of this stuff is spiritual, the universe doesn't care what you're giving the money out for. She doesn't care as long as you're showing gratitude. And now it's like when I don't really have a whole lot of bills. I might have my cell phone. I love it. I'm really happy to pay that bill. And it doesn't matter what you're paying it for, as long as you're showing gratitude. By law, she must return it to you. Doesn't matter what you're paying for. As long as you're showing gratitude when you put it out, by law, she must return it to you. All right? And so this is why, one of the things I've changed my attitude. So when I do pay for something, I'm happy to be paying for it. And it comes back to me just like that. So when we're talking about the light bill and the water bill, I'm happy. I was able to see my babies. And, we were able to sit down and watch a little movie with my little grandkids, or, whatever it is that you're paying for, show gratitude for it. And it must come back. Because, see, that's one way that, you don't even have to worry about the bills. The money's just going to come back for you. And I know nobody's told us this stuff. These are just the laws. I'm just telling you what the law is. These are how they manipulate it all the time. They don't be worried about no light bill, gas bill, water bill, because they got gratitude. Start showing more gratitude, and you're not going to be worried about this stuff. All right? So now, all right, let's get on this. Showing more gratitude. Also doing things. I told y'all about going out and putting out, showing love to somebody, feeding somebody. They can be homeless or they don't have to be homeless. But understand, when you lift up the least of us, you lift up everybody. When you lift up the least of us, you lift up everybody. All right. You can do something for some homeless. It could be some people who already got that you're doing for. It doesn't matter. Put the energy out. And it must come back. Put that positive energy out, and then you're building in your universal currency. That's important. All right. Let me see if I have any questions. Law, not legal. Okay, Rodney. It's your gratitude is what defines you. That's right. Hello, everybody. Hello. I'm just trying to see if I have any questions, because I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. And I'm going to tell y'all how you can get into session 2 of this. So we're going to go through it, because I'm going to want you to bring your bills. You're going to bring your bills, and you're going to bring your thinking hat, and you're going to bring your attention, because you're going to pay it to me. You're going to bring some other stuff too. Stay tuned so I can tell y'all what we're ready to do. But let me see if I have any questions. They have to be open to receiving the gifts. Marcia, thank you, Marcia. Yes, because listen, again, all of this is gifts. I mean, I've wanted to, and I've tried to give this for years. And now, that I'm talking about this. Like I said, when I say something about paying bills, y'all show up. Boy, look at all that people. But when I'm talking about the universal laws, which is where your true wealth is, you are the money. Yeah, y'all don't want to hear that, but I bet y'all better pay attention now, or you're going to pay out your butt. Let's see. We appreciate your knowledge and your wisdom. Thank you. Way to go. Thank you. I appreciate. Thank you all, really, for allowing me to share this information. I really want to share it. I want y'all to get these bills paid. Y'all got to understand that this is just a game. And if you're not getting your mind right, you're going to stay stuck in the cycle. I'm trying to get you out of it. I'm trying to help you to see what it is. All right. Spiritual and mental warfare. That's right, Rodney. Let's see. Creating a sacred heart space. Yes. Do y'all have any questions? I know what you're speaking about when you talk about energy. Yeah, all of this, thank you, way to go. All of this has to do with you putting out the right energy so that the universe can give to you. She's trying to give to you. She's been paying for everything from the beginning. All of this stuff has been paid. Your light bill, water bill, gas bill, it's been paid. Your car note, that was paid. When you signed it, you just didn't know, because you're not you're focused on the wrong thing. You're still trying to get money. You the money. You got to find yourself. Energy equals currency. That's right, Cameron. Thank you, because you are putting out all of the energy. They can't do it without you. And when your mother signed that birth certificate, she had already paid for everything for you. The birth certificate is a bond. You know, we're talking about stocks and bonds. And let me tell y'all something. They be like, oh, they traded us on the stock market. They didn't trade you. They was trading the corporation that your mother allowed them to create with her signature. They were trading the corporation, not you. You ain't the corporation. They over here trading a dead fictitious entity. You talking about they trading us. They ain't trade you unless you silly enough to keep thinking you are the corporation. You're not the corporation. You're the real person. Stop talking like the corporation. Let's see. In fear. I can vouch for that. Energy is everything. I love you, Diva. Thank you, Toya. Toya, I love you. Toya gave me the gift of being able to help her. And she followed what I told her to, and I was able to help her get some things put in play. And she really came up, and I appreciate her for giving me an opportunity to be a part of her life. I appreciate you for giving me the opportunity to be a part of your life in this way. I just want to help you get there to the next level. Let's see. Help me in my Kevin Hart. Okay. Shali, I will do my best, sis. Um, all right, so I'm trying. I don't see any questions, and I know y'all put a lot of comments up here. So let me go into this and talk about what we're going to do in our next session. Don't chase the bag. You already got it. Yeah, you the bag. No one has took the time to share like you have. Thank you. You're welcome, McQueen. And you know, like I have a lot of videos. I'm gonna post the links to all of those videos up in UNA. And again, thank you all for being here. UNA, please let me know what is the site where people are going to be able to go to for that session tomorrow at 6 o'clock. And by the way, forgive me for the difficulties and the time. So we're going to try to, you know, we had some issues. So we'll get it done tomorrow at 6 p.m. East Coast time. So, but let's talk about what we're going to do. What we're going to do for tomorrow. Tomorrow, like I said, I want you to have your bills. Get your bill, and I'm going to actually go through step by step what you're going to do in order to go ahead and pull your bills together, and how we're going to pay them, how you pay them, because again, they're already paid. So let me go back through this, and let's make this clear. When these people are giving you these receipts, like your gas bill, water bill, light bill, they're giving you the opportunity to cure the debt or get your money back. But they're not telling you that. They're telling you, oh, this is how much you got to pay. No, this is how much the federal government has already paid them for the service they're providing you. They're giving you that is really a check. And it doesn't matter, even when we talk about the police. Watch this now. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. See, when a cop gives you a ticket, that's really a check. It's a contract. It's a check. You can use it as a check. All right? It's a trust. What you talking about, Diva? Ticket is a check. Well, they be getting money from me. That's because you didn't know. You got paid for that too. So the ticket, like, watch this. When you go into court, I'm going to go through this, and I'm going to make it quick, and I'm going to come out of it and tell you what we're going to do. When you go into court, they're supposed to give you this ticket that you done signed. Because that's saying that you made a contract with them. Well, when they give you that ticket that you signed, remember I told you your signature is worth money. That's money. As soon as you sign that ticket, you created money. But they're not going to ever show you that ticket in court. You know why? Because it's money. They already monetized it already. They're going to show you, well, we got the digital version. See, if they can't show you the original ticket you signed, there's no contract. And they're going to show you a digital version because they don't have the damn original because they done cashed it out. So you go in there thinking, oh, I got to pay $200. Okay. But then some of y'all go on probation because you can't afford to make the payment. When really, first of all, if you would have asked for the damn ticket, okay, I need to see the original ticket. Oh, well, we got the digital version. Well, then this is fraudulent. This is a fraudulent transaction. Everybody going to jail in here. Where is my ticket? Everybody going to jail. If they can't show you it, then it's a fraudulent transaction. Y'all understand? So you got to know that. And because they don't show it to you, what they would likely do is maybe they give you a blank sheet of paper and let you sign that, and then you sign the back of it, and you know how to sign it, all rights reserved. That's paying for everything. That's paying for everything, because what they're going to do is go in here and tap into this account that your mother created. Y'all got to understand something. They tapping into the account anyway. If you hadn't already signed that ticket, they done sent that into the Internal Revenue Service, and they've tapped this account that your mother has already created for you. And then they're going to turn around and tell you to pay them another amount in Federal Reserve notes, because you don't know you're serving the wrong God. That bill, that dollar bill, that in God we trust, you serving the wrong God. When really what you should have been doing is making a signature. Your signature is money. But they playing a game on you. All right. So, okay. So we're understanding everything. And I mean everything. Everything is already paid for. Everything. And when you learn how to use the universal laws, it won't be no issue to pay for something. You're gonna have stacks on stacks on stacks, and then you can still turn around and go over to to the IRS and still get your money back. You're not stressed about this. All right. If y'all want to stop stressing, then let's talk about what we're gonna do tomorrow. All right. So what I want you to do is have a bill at least in front of you, because like when I deal with my clients, I like to do it. I want to walk through it. I don't want to just be talking to you and you're not really performing, because when you into doing it, then you've got to it's going to stick with you. So that's why I want to go ahead and we're going to do it. We're going to walk through it. I'm going to walk you through how we create these instruments, because that's what we call them, financial instruments. We're going to create financial instruments, and I'm going to walk you step by step. I'm going to go through what the legal issues or deals around them are. I'm going to go through some contracts that we send out. I'm going to make sure you can access those contracts. All right? So that you will be able to write your instruments. UNA, what's the group where they need to show up? Now, again, this is what I want y'all to do now. I want y'all to do. Once you get your bill that you want to deal with, I need you also to know who the CEO of the company is. And you're going to have to do some research now. Y'all can, listen, you don't have to do this. You don't have to put your mind to work. You can just pay the bill. I need y'all to understand that eventually that's not going to continue to work. All right? There's something coming down the line. And I don't want to get into that negative side of it. I just want to be here so I can help you understand, what you need to do in order to affect this right now, on a spiritual level, and then on this what I call matrix level. All right. Know what the name of the company is and the CEO. All you got to do is go online and find out who the CEO is. Normally, you're able to do that quickly. And what else you need? Those two things. And I'm going to make sure we have online. We're going to be able to put. Or I'm just looking at it. Okay, hold on. You're going to post it. 1 second. All right. So what we're going to do, okay, so we'll put all the information that you need online. All right. Now, also, y'all know, I want y'all to invest in this. This is your investment. Go to divalarie.com. Put that up for them, UNA, for me, please. Go to divalarie.com. I want you to do a donation. All right, because then you're gonna respect it more. This is for you, because y'all don't respect stuff that's free. Y'all know you don't. So invest for yourself. All right, put it up for them, UNA. All right, you're gonna invest for your. I don't care what it is. I don't care. I really don't. But you need to do something for yourself. All right. Excuse me. So you need to do something for yourself. So that's what you want to do. Go to divalarie.com. Do an investment. Even if you don't do that, find somebody to do something kind for out here in these streets. All right. Y'all need to make sure that you have put your energy in so the universe can return to you. Y'all not, see, I know y'all not getting it, because for me, if you just go out and do something kind for somebody, the universe going to make it where you can get everything you need. All right. But if you don't want to do an investment, find somebody out here in these streets to do something kind for, so that you can make sure some currency is back there so that you can receive what the universe is trying to give to you. Build your universal currency up. So invest with DivaLarie.com, or go find somebody to do something kind for, because I need you to make sure your universal currency is up so you can get this. Because y'all know you got to pay for everything. Some of y'all going to hear it. And then some of y'all, the ones of you who deserve it, you're going to be able to use this and it's going to work for you. Those of you who are not deserving, it's not going to work for you. I'm letting you know. So y'all put your universal currency up. Get it up. Don't think you're going to go to the bank and you ain't put but $10 in and you're going to withdraw, $500. This is a gift the universe is trying to give to you. Give back to her so that you can make sure you receive what you're trying to get. I'm just telling you. If you don't, if you don't want to do a donation on DivaLarie.com, go do something kind for somebody. Do something kind for somebody. I don't care. Whatever you think is worth to you, do something kind for somebody. That's what I'm telling you. Put DivaLarie.com for me. DivaLarie.com. Just go to DivaLarie.com. You can do a simple donation. And then what I want you to do is hit the UNA inbox with this is the code. Y'all pay attention. Pay attention. The code is A4V. The letter A, capital A, the number 4, the letter V. A for V. That's the code. You're going to put that in the inbox for UNA and do a donation or help somebody. I don't care what it is or how much, whatever you think it's worth. Remember, whatever you put out by law, it must come back. When you put it out with love, don't do nothing for DivaLarie that ain't love. Okay, because it's not going to come back to you. I want everything to come back to you many times over. This is a law. Put it out with love. This is a law, and it must come back to you. So if you don't even do it for me, do it for somebody else. I don't care what you do, whatever you got. If you don't have but a couple of canned goods and you want to go and do it, give it, help somebody. Make sure the universe is able to give you this gift that I'm trying to give to you. Do it so that we can get to the next level, because this is just the lower level laws. I want to take y'all to another place. I want to take y'all to another place much higher than this. I've told you the code. So please, you know what the code is. DivaLarie.com, DivaLyri.com, or find somebody that you can do something for, because you got to give back to the universe. You got to give her something back. All right. Do I have any questions? Thank you, Jante. I love you, sis. Yeah, DivaLarie.com. So y'all can go there and do whatever. I don't care. Just make sure you put it out with love. And listen, I'm telling y'all, if y'all want money back, if you want money back, the universe will return it to you many times over. I've talked about this the other day. This is your chance to manifest. This is your chance to manifest right here. All right, so watch this now. Now, I know that, and these people know the universal laws, law of compensation. When you put one out, it doesn't matter, $1, everything is currency. One bottle of water. I always talk about my bottle of water because I love water. But, when you're putting one thing out, one car, one house, the universe must return it to you, and she's going to return it many times over. All right. I do this all the time. This is how I live. All right, I live with the universal laws. So when you, and I just say five times, because you can do math with this thing. So when you do any kind of donation or anything like that, you are welcome to think about, I would like this much money. Now, think about this now. If you put out 10, note that she gonna bring you many times that over. Normally, I've seen it's 5. Really, it's more than that, but just on a conservative figure, let's just say it's 5. It's really more than that. When you put out $10, you're going to get 50 back. I'm just letting you know. If you want to manifest, this time, check it out. Check it out. And it doesn't matter if it's to me or anybody else. I don't care who it's for or who it's to. I just need you to put the energy out so that the universe can return it to you. All right? I just need you to put it out so she can return it to you. This thing is very real. This thing is very real. When I'm talking about spiritual law, it's so real. I want you to start to see it, because after we get finished with these lower level, okay, oh, taxes too, taxes, same thing. Yes. Let me. I almost forgot about taxes. Thank you. I wrote it down. Taxes. I need to talk to you about taxes. Y'all, remember I told you this is the United States Corporation over here. They're not even. They don't have any authority over any of North America or the United States of America. They don't. They just made you believe that they do. And so you paying taxes. Why? Because you done signed something saying, I pledge to pay taxes to you. You don't have to pay taxes. And some of y'all get this idea and notion that, oh, we're supposed to pay taxes because it goes to help the streets. No, it don't. You paying a private group of people who don't give a damn about what you got going on. That's what you're doing. You're paying a private group of people, and not one penny of that money goes into fixing no streets or nothing else. Y'all understand? So y'all better get this. All right? You never had to pay taxes in the first place. And if you are paying taxes, you pay it the same way. Signature. Turn it over, endorse it. A4, we're going to accept it. Because as soon as you put a signature, look, what is taxes? Taxes got this long list of numbers. I don't even know what's on it. I don't know, because I don't pay taxes. Blah, 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 blah. All this. Then you get to the bottom line, and then it's got this number on it where you're supposed to pay for it. That's another check. As soon as you put your signature on it, if it say $5,000 at the bottom, then that's how much that instrument is. As soon as you sign it. But this the IRS trying to hit you up, not the Internal Revenue Service. This the IRS, not the Internal Revenue. See, if you see an acronym, notice it's likely fictitious and fraudulent. The Internal Revenue Service ain't sending you no bill. The IRS, which is associated with the United States Corporation, is sending you a bill. And you pledged to give them some money. And so they want their money because you said you were going to send it. All right? But when you put that signature on there and there's that number, then it's worth whatever that number is at the bottom. Accept it. But you just send it off to them, and you don't endorse the back. You don't accept it for value. And so they go, oh, look at this gift. Oh, by the way, you owe me $5,000 in Federal Reserve notes too. But you didn't know the game. I'm trying to tell you the game. If you want this gift, do for the universe. I don't care what you do. Just know that whatever you do, if you put it out, it's going to come back to you. Is it whatever it's worth to you? Do it for somebody in these streets. All right? Or go to divalerie.com so we can, I can get you the help that you need. Tomorrow, 6 o'clock, East Coast time. I don't know. What is Eastern? I don't know. Central, Eastern Standard. I don't know none of that. Just look, East Coast time. Over here on the East Coast where, the colonies are. Y'all join me. And we're going to post the information for part 2, and we're going to get into it. Bring your receipts. Know who the CEOs of the company that you're going after. I'm going to have the contract where you're going to be able to download it. Yeah, we're going to have a contract because when you're sending in these instruments, you always want to send a contract. And I'm going to tell you how to send them. All right? Will do, sis. Jante. So we're going to let you know how to send them and what needs to be done. All right? Now, I'm going to take some questions if I have any. I've already told you what the code is. I told you where to send it. I told you how to put your universal energy into the universe. That's important. That's important. Nothing is free. I mean, I'm trying to give it to you for free, but you got to pay the mother. You got to pay the mother. If you are not deserving of this, you're not going to get it. I can show it to you all day, but if you're not deserving, then she's not going to allow you to receive it. It's not going to register up here. It's not going to work when you send your instruments out. You why mine don't work? Why my diva in it? Because your spirit, your energy. Because of your energy. Put out the right energy and the mother will deliver to you. You're not going to have to worry. All right. I'm going to take a couple more questions if I have any. And then the UNA is going to let you know where the room is for us to meet. And you get in there, once you put that code in where we told you to put it. Let's see. Do I have any questions? Hello, Nadia. Do you have Cash App? Oh, I don't. Yeah, DivaLarie.com, the lock restorer. Hello. Yeah, DivaLarie.com, and that accepts credit cards, debit cards, and PayPal. If you have any other questions, just hit me in the inbox, and if you need to, we can set it up where you can do another. You can pay another way if you want, or donate another way. Hey, Kelvin, Valerie, what if you want to buy a new home? Yeah, that's a deeper process. Valerie trying to get all extra credit up in here. Valerie trying to go to the next level. Yes, we get on that. In this session, I'm just really dealing with the bills. But you can still learn something from this process as well. Thank you, Easy. Thank you, Cameron. All right, so I'm trying to see if I have any questions. And listen, again, I want y'all to know I'm thankful to you because I want to give this gift. I want to give it, and I thank you for being here and being present and allowing me to speak to you. Y'all got to understand we're in a serious time, and this is going to be something that helps you and works for you for now, but you've got to go to another level. And all of that's going to start with your spiritual energies. So if I can get you in on this lower level with these little bills and everything that you wanting to pay, then that's fine. If I can get you in here starting to understand the spiritual side so you can pay these bills, that's fine. All right? If y'all get this, then we can go to that next level, and I can help y'all in a much greater way. All right, Diva Larie, if I don't have any other questions, I want y'all to know I love you. I love you, and y'all are on my heart and in my heart, and I just want to do whatever I can to help. I'm going to give you this information, every last bit of it. For those of you all who are deserving, you're going to have it, and you're going to have some peace of mind. All right. I appreciate you all. I will look to see y'all tomorrow. Hit me in the inbox. A4V. A4V. Send it out. All right. Diva, I'm out. Peace.